Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. A big welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio. Today's show is the Mallorca Connection, and I'm your host, Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck. Our topic today is collaborating and elevating the rise of co-working spaces. And joining me is the star of our show. His name is Mr. Roland-Friedl, and he has been doing life his own way, which I think is fantastic. He actually is living out of his motorhome and traveling all through Europe. We just had a show where he shared his latest updates about his 28-day fast. He's in day 8. So he's actually now going to be sharing how co-working is enabling him to get the job done. Let's welcome our friend, the entrepreneur, the serial entrepreneur, mentor, and coach, and author, Mr. Roland-Friedl. Hello, hello. Are you with us?
Hello. Hello to the audience. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, hello. There was a slight delay there. So thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. I think it would be interesting if you started off, because we have people joining us all the time for the first time. So if you could just share a little bit about how you went from being located in one place to being in a motorhome, traveling around and still being able to get your work done.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining here on USA Global TV and Radio. Yes, I'll keep a long story short. I was always a traveler, a world traveler. I always loved to conquer the world and explore new cultures, new areas and nature, stuff like that. So actually, most of my business and I did my jobs where I tried to let it fit into my lifestyle. So the last years I was traveling around the globe, except Australia, and I was facilitating workshops, trainings, coaching for big international companies like Xerox, OpenText, stuff like that. So I was facilitating in 3 languages. So I was always traveling around, mostly living in hotels or in Airbnb places, stuff like that. So I was always traveling. Most of the time I had a home place, like on an island in Mallorca, or I've been living in Bali and other places. And around 2.5 years ago, I decided to move into my motorhome. The reason for that was several reasons, but one of the main reasons is that my big clients like Xerox, with the pandemic, it was forbidden to travel for their stuff, and there was no facilitation in hotels or on their venues. So everything went online. And for me, it was to say, hey, that's my chance. I can move my motorhome, because I had already this motorhome. I use it for vacations, and it was always my dream to live in full time and work from my motorhome. So this was the right time. So I said, okay, let's do it right now. I can explore Europe on my motorhome, travel together with my dogs, and now with my dog, it's just one left, and work remotely. And the plan was for 1 year. Now it's 2.5 years, and I still love it, and I don't see any end at the moment. So the transition was actually with the pandemic, that my customers went from face-to-face coaching trainings to online. And I said, okay, that's a good way, and let's do it. So here I am, traveling around Europe, work and traveling. Yes.
Fantastic. Living the good life for sure, Roland. So I want to move into co-working spaces because this is something that's been around, at least in the States, it's been around for a while. And it gives people the ability to have an office plus an administrative assistant, telephone line, socialization without having to have a permanent place. And you can come and go. Tell us how you found this particular co-working space and where it's located.
Okay, so I'm to be honest. Since I moved into my motorhome, I was most of the time working from my motorhome. Actually, right now I'm broadcasting from my motorhome. Even I'm standing outside of a co-working space. I work inside, but I didn't want to move all my technical equipment for broadcasting inside. So I love co-working spaces because it has many, many advantages. As you said, you can rent an office for a limited time of time. You can get in a day ticket. You can go in for a week, for a month, or whatever. So you don't have to sign a contract for a year or longer. You can have office for yourself where you just close the door. I use open spaces. It's cheaper. I don't need my own office. I can share and use the infrastructure, printers, the internet. There's a coffee machine, again, tea cooking, stuff like that. And there's socialization if you want. I found this particular place because right now I'm in Austria. And I was looking for a space for co-working. And to be honest, I was looking for a co-working space because, actually this is the venue at the moment, because I wanted to have the feeling again, go into an office, work focused, and come back home. My home is my motorhome. Yeah? I want to have this feeling again. Because I recognized the last weeks that I'm working my motorhome, I was sometimes a little bit distracted. I see something to do here, something to do that. So I wanted to have the feeling to go to an office. And as I mentioned in the previous show, I'm working on 2 new projects that inspire me, that motivate me, but it's a hell of work. So I said, okay, I'm looking for a space. And actually in Austria, there are many co-working spaces, especially in the large cities. But I was looking for something in nature, because I don't like cities. I was looking for something in nature and where I can also park with my motorhome and live in my motorhome. And I found this one, it's Two-Kanter. Two-Kanter is a German word, and it means when you have, it's a farmhouse. It's a 600-year-old farmhouse, and they used to have sheep there. It's a 600-year-old farmhouse. They had an organic sheep farm, as far as I know. And actually, the family has many farmhouses, what I found out. And they converted this old farmhouse inside totally in a co-working space, very modern, a lot of light. And as I said, you have your closed office for 1 or 2 desks or 3 desks, or you can have an open space like myself. You have meeting rooms there. And I chose this one, to be honest, because the guy running it, you see it here in the picture, this bald guy with the backside on us. He's an amazing guy, very friendly, very sympathetic, very supportive. And I went there, I guess, a month before I moved in, just to see the guys and talk to them and ask them if it's possible to park my motorhome. I more or less camp there, and he also has a camper. That's what was easy. So I'm standing with my motorhome on the backside of the farm, just looking on the forest and a lot of nature. And I got electricity, so I can camp there for free. I got electricity, and I use this co-working space, and it's located perfectly. Actually, when you use the highway, in 10 minutes you're in the center of this major city here of Linz. So it's perfectly located. Very interesting networking. The other guys and ladies and gentlemen, mostly young people, are working here, doing most of them are doing IT or marketing or stuff like that. It's nice to have a chat with them, with my side with a tea, because I'm fasting, and to socializing. It's very interesting. And actually, one of the ladies yesterday, I asked her, "Can you support me? I build up a new concept. Can you read over it? What do you think is the wording fine?" It's really cool. I love this. Especially when you travel a lot, like myself, in your motorhome. Sometimes you're isolated, more or less. It's cool to connect with other people, but I still stay focused. And I love co-working spaces, and I always use them when I was traveling. And this is a very special one because it's an old farmhouse in nature and close to the city. And I want to explain the word Two-Kanter. Two-Kanter means In Austria, we have 4-canter, 3-canter, 2-canter, meaning a 2-canter farmhouse is a farmhouse that has two sides, like an L. You know? A 3-canter is like a U, and a 4-canter is a closed one with a door and a patio inside, like an O. That's why it's called. And this farmhouse has an L form, so it's a 2-canter, 2 sides. That's the name for it.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing that. That's pretty cool. And for people on the podcast only platform, we have shown the website. So the web address is https:// 2 and then the word canter, KANTER .AT. A is in apple, T is in Tom.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a number of things about co-working spaces, and it sounds very, very positive. I mean, all wonderful things. What potential downsides or what may have occurred that you weren't anticipating as an opportunity for learning?
You mean a negative side of a co-working space?
Yeah, an opportunity for something to change or improve. Have you found anything, or it's been all positive?
I'm here now since last Monday evening, so day number 8 or day number 9. No, this one is really perfect. I mean, the desks are cool. It's very modern. You know, I got an extra screen for free, so I have a higher screen. The internet is perfect. They have a kitchen there. There's free organic coffee if you want in different forms. They offered me 4 different organic herbal teas because I'm fasting. There's a fridge where you can take out drinks and pay. The infrastructure is good. They have different printers. And as I said, the guy Gerhard is running it. I will bring him next week on the show. We talk about the future of co-working space. He's very friendly. Actually, he was a former teacher. He's very friendly, very supportive. So he's a camper like myself, but just on vacation. He said, "Hey, you can camp in the backside, no problem." My father-in-law, who owns the farm, you can. The father came. Yeah, here's electricity connected. You need water. And I said, "How can I go to Linz because I want to wash my clothes?" No. You can use the washing machine. Very nice. And actually, as I mentioned in the fasting show, last Sunday, I went to Linz to go to a spa, to a steam bath, and he offered me his motorbike. So it was very cool motorbike. Well, cool sound. I felt like a hero, you know. I drove this motorbike to the spa. So, yeah, really, I couldn't say anything. They do a lot of stuff. Actually, every Friday they organize breakfast. They do barbecuing together. We're just having tea, but anyway. Yeah, they have, I guess there's a wine tasting next week. And you can also and what they also do is, because socializing is very important for him, connecting, building up networks. So you can rent out, or you can just, you can rent a place, but you can also become a member. And then you're invited to networking events, and you get a membership if you want. It's not obligation, yeah, to rent a place, but a space. But you can become a member. Then you can come to different events they're organizing. And I guess when you're a member, you also have 6 days where you can have a task for free, or 1 day a meeting room, stuff like that. It's a really cool thing. And for me, it's just perfect because it's in nature. I know I know co-working spaces more or less in nature when I've been in Bali, where I was working and sometimes living in co-working spaces. Because there's another form of co-working spaces. What I experienced in Bali was pretty cool, that you can also live there. So I had an amazing room, share swimming pool and stuff like that. So some co-working spaces offering hospitality, what is pretty cool too. They're not, but as I said, I live in my camp anyways. I can camp here for free. Have an amazing look in nature, an amazing sunset I'm experiencing here. It's pretty cool. I can walk my dog there. Dogs are very welcome here. They also have a dog. Now I separate them because Alora is in her heat, so it's a little bit difficult because they have a male dog. But it's really cool. Very, very friendly. At the moment, I wouldn't say one thing that it would make better. It's just perfect. Just perfect.
Love to hear that. That's fantastic. And I'm glad you brought up about the dog, because I did see there was a dog in one of the images on the website. So that's very, very cool.
His name is Champa.
Yeah.
He's always jumping.
Jump, jump, jump. So, Roland, are you able to share maybe some type of pricing range for co-working spaces in general? And is it by the day, the hour, how does it work?
Yeah. Well, you can handle it. There are different concepts, as I said in the beginning, you can have a day ticket. You just have a day ticket and go in for a day. You can go for a month. I guess the month rate is quite reasonable. I paid 250 plus taxes, so 300 a month. Using all the infrastructure was pretty cool. I guess when you have an office for yourself where you close the door, it's about double price, or a little bit more than double price. So that's also very, very fair, because you can move out every month, so you not have a long-term contract. And you can also use it as your address. So you get your post here if you want. You can use it as a company address, so to do your post service and stuff like that. So it's very reasonable. So
we seem to have lost Roland for the moment, so we'll take a quick break and hear from one of our sponsors. Oh, he's back. Okay, here he is. Sorry, we lost you for a second.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the Wi-Fi in the co-working space is fast and amazing, but I'm outside here in my motorhome, and I'm have a hotspot with my mobile phone, and this is not very, very good, to be honest. Inside it's better, but I'm sitting in a motorhome right now.
Okay, fantastic. So I love the fact that the amount of money you're paying seems very reasonable for a month, and then you get to use that as an address too. That's a huge plus.
Absolutely. Especially when you're a startup company and you don't know how it's running, how many spaces you need. You start one person, two person. You go to a co-working space in the beginning and you rent it for a month or 2 months, 3 months. When you're growing, then maybe you find an office where you rent forever. But it's a good start, and especially for people like myself, when you're traveling, it's pretty cool. You go somewhere and find a co-working space. There are more and more. I know that some tourist places are really focused on co-working spaces to bring more digital nomad into the country. I said, like in Bali, you have a gym around, or you can have a room there, and a swimming pool and restaurants. So it's pretty cool. I love co-working spaces. You meet really cool people, like-minded people. It's always nice, a lot of fun. Which I'm fasting at the moment, so I'm not joining all these social events, to be honest. But I love it. Really, cool people, and as I said, you use the infrastructure. You just bring your laptop or whatever, your smartphone, cable, and you work. Yeah, it's pretty.
Roland,
I love it.
Yeah, it sounds fascinating. A question I have for you is, if you wanted to broadcast from there, if you were going to be there for a month, you're broadcasting every day because you have your own platform for your own podcast and live streams. So could you bring in your green screen and your lights and your mic and your equipment and leave it there for 30 days? How does that work?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
What haven't I asked you about co-working spaces that you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, as I said at the beginning, co-working spaces for me has two main groups. If you need an office for a short time of period, it's a good one. So when you're starting your company from scratch, like a startup, it's a cool thing. I know the people who work remotely, so the company is far away, they work from home, and it says, "Oh, I want to go to the office because my kids are small. I'm at home, but they don't understand that I'm not available." So there are some guys who are young family fathers who work from home normally, but move into a co-working space for a certain time of period to really focus on projects, like I do. And co-working spaces are, especially in touristic area, in major cities, when you travel and do sightseeing, I don't know, in Vienna and Barcelona. I don't know where you're going. Yeah, in Bali is very famous for co-working spaces. It's cool for digital nomads. So I highly recommend go to a co-working space, find a good place, because mostly what I experienced my last years of traveling, mostly the network in hotels is not the best, especially when you do broadcasting, when you're uploading videos and stuff like that. And my experience in the co-working space, the network is always perfect. I've never had any network issues as long there is no how you call it, when there's a fallout, there's no electricity available because I don't know, there's a thunderstorm or something like that. But network in a co-working space is much better than in a normal hotel. So that's what I really like. And you have more space, and again, it is socializing. And sometimes you really find an interesting person, maybe do a project together, or you support each other together because you have different qualities, different experiences, different skills. So for me, it's an amazing opportunity to work focused on your project, but also to get to know new people, maybe get involved in other projects, or maybe you find a business partner, stuff like that. For me, it's perfect. I love it.
You're giving me ideas to look into it myself. So thank you so much for sharing that. And while we're on the subject, you do have your own platform and you interview people in German. Would you like to share more about that?
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I do on YouTube, and I guess I will also move to Rumble. It's called my name Roland Media, and actually the idea started. Thank you for this amazing opportunity, Dr. Jacalyn. That when we met 3 years ago, like I don't know how many, I guess 300 shows we did on USA Global TV and Radio. Yeah, I learned a lot here, and I really love what I'm doing is sharing and caring and sharing experience to inspire other people without finger pointing. And my idea was when we did this amazing Wild at Heart show for a year on your broadcast. My idea was I want to do something in German for a German audience, and so I started Roland Media interviewing German speaking men's coaches. That's when I started this project, just to support them, because I found out that there are a lot of men who want to evolve and really work on themselves, and there are a lot of men's coaches that are doing good stuff, and my idea was bringing that together. So it started, and then more women came in. Interesting is, I started with a men's project, and 67% of women who are listening. So I want to know what men are talking about. I don't know. And so more and more women can. I guess I did 97 shows with men and over 100 with women. And as I started a new project, what's called Wireless Life Rocks, meaning supporting people who want to also combine work and traveling, meaning travel and build up a location independent, venue independent business so they can travel and to build up a 10 or 15K month business. I will also bring videos and stuff like that in German to this. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, as you did to Jacalyn here on this platform, is bring people together and let people experience the experience from other people, or maybe get inspired to change something, do something different. A lot of people, especially in these times, are a little bit insecure. How is it going? What can I do? And maybe getting inspiration about health, getting inspiration about work, getting inspiration about traveling, getting inspiration about beauty, or getting inspiration in art. So that's what we are doing. We love to inspire other people. That's what we're doing. You here on USA Global TV and I on a small scale in German on Roland Media.
Well, it's super exciting because, as you know, I love to introduce people and have people collaborate. And I came from another place when I actually was at an in-person television station, and I was told, oh, you can't have a radio show on a different platform and have a TV show on this platform. And so when I started my own platform, I thought people can have whatever they want, wherever they want, because we all have a message to share, and it's an opportunity for collaboration across the world. So why would anyone want to stymie that and say, no, it's this or that? So it's very helpful to be able to have somebody like you who's been here for 3 years, then taking it to another level with your own platform. So I wish you continued success with that.
Thank you, but still staying with you and being loyal with you, because I highly appreciate what you. Because from my own experience, I know that's a hell of work to build up a platform like this and keeping running, and give myself and many other amazing colleagues here on this platform the opportunity to share their experience, so other people can benefit from it. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you, thank you. You know, something that just popped into my mind, I th- I don't even know. I just zoomed in. Is it might be interesting in co-working spaces to offer people the opportunity to broadcast. So the people who are there in your space, I'm sure there are people coming and going each day or week or month, and you could offer them the opportunity to be interviewed in exchange for something. So it could be, and even the person who owns that building, that this business, could offer that as an option.
That's a good idea. Building up a community online too, parallel. Yeah, absolutely. Good idea. Yeah, absolutely. And as I said, I bring Gerhard next week on the show. We talk about the future of co-working spaces, where he sees where the direction is going, because it's coming more and more and more. And as I said before, many tourist country say, hey, that's a good opportunity. And I know Thailand, normally in Thailand you can only stay for 3 months with a visa. They have a digital nomad visa where you can stay longer. I know there's an island, I guess it still belongs to Europe, I guess to Portugal, but it's very close to Africa. They are focused totally on digital nomad. They do everything to bring digital nomads into it. And all the major cities in Europe, and Prague is a hotspot. Berlin, Vienna is a hotspot. Barcelona, they're trying to get digital nomads in, because digital nomads are making money. We also spend money there. We rent a room, we go out. Most people are young, much younger than me. They are partying and stuff like that. And I know a lot of digital nomads who make a six-figure income a year, and some a month. Yeah. And they have a hell of money to spend, because they don't have any administration fee or running any houses and stuff like that, just traveling, living in hotels, using their bonus miles to fly around the globe. And it's interesting when you're inside this new media, how many tips you get, how you can travel free, or what tricks there are, or how to get a visa prolonged, or without any residency, or a SIM card for your smartphone. Or whatever. So it's a lot of stuff going around, and there's hundreds of thousands of people, digital nomads, traveling the world and working remotely. And as I said, with the pandemic, there was a major shift. I was always a huge fan of home office. I was always tried to convince big companies, hey, when I talked to their staff, I said, most of your staff would like to work from home. And there was in the beginning, it was no. But with the pandemic, it was from one day to the other different. And some people want to go back to the office, but most people enjoy it. And I see a lot of people who experience the benefits of working from home and traveling. And so more and more people want to combine it, especially here in Europe, in the Euro community. I don't like the Euro community at all, because I know politics, but they brought a new law out that when you work as a resident of the European community, and when you work for a company here, you can travel, or you can always travel around, but the company cannot say no to you when you work remotely. They just say let's say you're German and you work for a German company in Germany, but you work remotely from home. And when you decide to go to Spain or France, meaning moving within the European community, you're absolutely allowed. You only need the acceptance, the permission from the company when you move outside of the European community. But within the community, European community, you can live wherever you want, and a company cannot say no to you. It's a right what we have in the European community. That's pretty cool, and more people use this and see this. The only challenge what I see is the digital nomad is with family, with young kids. It's difficult always to move, find schooling for your kids. But it's more and more popular, and what I see at the moment, as I see since the pandemic, is because digital nomad was something like the van lifers, young people in the 20s, maybe beginning 30s, but mostly in the 20s, traveling the world during their studies and traveling the world when they got their first job. But what I see since the pandemic is, it's more and more older people like myself, and I'm 60 now, more and more older people who want to get out of the treadmill, looking for a remote option. There's a shift there in the demography. So it's more older people, 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, who want to travel and work. And there are many different options. You can just transition your consistent job with the company and work remotely, do the same job but online. Or some people leave the company, still work for them as a freelancer, or other people are just getting a new business and starting a new business. Well, those are the different options. It's coming more and more and more. And what I see is the trend is more and more older people, 40 plus or 60 like myself. Yeah.
Yeah, me, like 61. There you go.
Yes.
Well, it's been fascinating talking.
Stupid, but a little bit slower.
What?
I said still crazy and stupid, but we're a little bit slower.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, there's obviously a lot of advantages and benefits to using a co-working space. And as I mentioned, I'm going to look into it myself because when you think about leasing a commercial real estate space, an office just for yourself and all that's involved with that, it makes much more sense, I think, financially to be able to share the cost with many others. So how long
Absolutely.
will you continue working at this space?
I will stay here for 1 month in totally, for 4 weeks, to parallel to my water fasting, for 4 weeks, and then I have to. I'm traveling again, and yeah, maybe because I'm leaving end of November when I'm heading south. Maybe I don't know, go see another co-working space for 2-3 days. I found south in Austria. To be honest, much more expensive, but beautifully in the landscape. Maybe I'm gonna be there for 2 or 3 days. And what I also see is when I was Googling and searching for co-working spacing, more and more camping sites, so for campers, offer co-working spaces. So I found one in Germany, in Italy, in France, in Spain. So also camping sites for so-called van lifers, or I wouldn't say van lifers, but so older people like myself, I know a lot of people, 40 plus, 50 people who are still in business or run their own business, but travel with their mostly luxury motorhomes. And they are more than happy to have a co-working space on a camping site. So it's more and more camping sites are also invest in co-working spaces. So it's a huge trend. It's absolutely a huge trend. It's fast growing, what I see.
Yeah, for sure. There's just too many advantages not to take a look at it. So, well, my friend, we've come to the end of our episode for today. So I'd love to have you share with our audience any last thoughts or any way that you would like people to get in touch with you.
Yes. Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to as I always said, if you want to contact me, you don't have to have an issue, a problem to fix. I always love to connect with other people. I'm always interested in where you're coming from, where you're heading to, where your dreams, what inspires you, what motivates you. So if you want to connect with me, the best way is send me an email. So that's the best way. It's my email address is office@ and then my name, roland-friedl.com. I will spell it for you, guys. My name is rolandfriedl.com, roland-friedl.com. office@roland-friedl.com. That's the best way. And if you want to get in contact with me, send me an email. I send you back a Calendly link, then you can book a half an hour with me, and then we talk about whatever you're interested in, and then let's take it from there, and then we see if you go part of the journey together or not. It's just cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, we wish you continued success with your water fasting, and I look forward to seeing you next week and finding out how the week has been. So do take good care of yourself, Roland, and we look forward to hearing your progress.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's always an honor and a pleasure. And as I always say to our audience, don't forget to subscribe USA Global TV and Radio. That's the place where you get the information. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you. Bye for now. Thank you, everyone. We're going to take a break and just hear from one of our sponsors. His name is Dr. Felix Kravitz, and he is a cybersecurity expert. And then we'll be back with our next show. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being a part of our community at USA Global TV and Radio. Bye for now.
We face daily cyber risks, spending over 7 hours of screen time, including 4.5 hours on mobile phones. This convenience comes with significant dangers, with cybercrime costs predicted to exceed $10.5 trillion by 2025. In 2023 alone, seniors lost over $3.4 billion to cybercrime. Our goal is to make social engineering concepts of cybersecurity easier to understand. We work with business teams, senior living facilities, investment companies, and educational institutions, both individually and in groups. We offer real-life examples to help you recognize and prevent attacks, with sessions available both in person, in selected regions, and remotely. Schedule your training session, or to learn more, contact us today. Call us at 847-845-9360. Email us at info@cybersecurityeasy.com. Protect your team and family with cybersecurity easy.com.